Hello and welcome back. I got my husband Big D here.
It's me. And we got my husband, Fat E.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
And we are
Endzone
Enthusiasts. So guess what?
Guess
this
what?
week is the Conference Championship games. So we're going to be covering some of those Conference Championship games. But first, what do they need to do?
They need to like and subscribe and follow.
Thank you. Make sure you're subscribed. We're trying to build that subscriber
Come on and
base.
subscribe.
Let's go.
God will want you to subscribe.
So, again, we're going to talk about the Conference Championship games.
Yes, sir.
And we'll get into it.
Let's go.
All right. So, first up, Big D, what did you think about the matchup between Duke and Virginia, the sort of unexpected matchup where Duke beat out Virginia in the ACC Conference Championship? What do you think about that, Big D?
Chaos is what I thought about this game. Why would you do this, Duke? Why would you do this? You knew that the ACC still had a chance to get its conference champion in the game, and you said, we don't care. We're going to win anyway. Dude, gosh. Number one, though, I got to give y'all props. I always root for chaos. So y'all did that, but this is literally like the worst ACC chaos situation that could have happened for Duke to win. So already, if you would have came into this season and told me this game was going to end up being Duke and Virginia in the ACC championship game, I would have been like, what kind of drugs are you doing and where can I find them?
We was not expecting that.
Completely blew my mind, and even more so is the ACC tiebreaker rule that even allowed Duke to make it to the playoff game. Not only did they make it, but they beat Virginia in overtime.
Overtime. Duke, interception.
Duke, y'all supposed to help out y'all conference. Y'all supposed to act like y'all like your conference and do something for them. And y'all said, nah, we need this win, so we're gonna go ahead and get to this 8-5. But Manny, we knew your defense was going to be good. That interception in overtime was great. Your defense was good. I know y'all struggled some this season, but that was a really good win. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, that was crazy. And the crazy part is Duke still is not even going to make it to the playoffs. So this was a little bit of a like screw the system kind of moment. But Duke, oh my gosh, y'all did the ACC so dirty. So then the only chance they had was Miami getting in as an at-large team, which they did. Manny, you my boy. I'm going to ride with you because it's crazy. You got fired from Miami and you still won the ACC championship before Miami did.
That part.
And then he was also at Penn State for a little bit. So it's been a minute since he been got him. But yeah. Shout out to Duke. Blue Devils, y'all did it. Great win. ACC, y'all got to step y'all game up next year. Honestly. Y'all got to have more quality teams instead of a couple. Just wow. Do better next time, okay? That's all I got to say about that game, but wow.
Thank you, Big D.
Anytime, honey.
Okay, Big D. Next conference championship game. What did you think about Georgia running it up on Alabama? What do you think about that?
Georgia. The whole day through. Just an whole sweet song. Kept Georgia on my mind.
It's on Alabama's mind, too.
Georgia took down the tide. Sorry about that. Y'all needed that song. Y'all can find that on iTunes. I don't know if we do iTunes anymore.
Tidal?
One of them.
Spotify? It's probably even Spotify, right?
What I will say about this game is I'm a Georgia boy, so I was cheering for the state of Georgia, not the SEC team that resides in Georgia. So if y'all heard me, you didn't hear me. This was Georgia being Georgia, and I felt bad for them. I said, Alabama, y'all don't know what kind of whooping y'all finna get. Because one thing about Kirby is he's like that. He's that person that keeps it in his head that you wronged him 6 years ago when you gave him 10 cents less than what he was supposed to get back.
A grudge match.
Alabama, y'all should have known. Both teams were beat up. But the craziest part about this score is with it being 28-7 is Georgia had their starting center out. They had a backup in this game. And they still dominated. Not only from an offensive standpoint, but also from a defensive standpoint. Georgia's defense is always going to be good, but we've seen this game before, but it went the other way. Alabama won this game. Georgia said, not this time. They said, we don't have an Alabama problem because we Georgia. So this game really was just Georgia being Georgia. Kirby was so passionate. He was lit up. He knew it. You know, that stadium is his second home in Atlanta. Like, let's just be real. Kirby knows that place better than anybody, but they just played a much better game. And the scariest part is that some of their players are going to be coming back for their playoff run. So what you see from Georgia, it's not even what they're capable of. What Kirby has done a good job of is he continues to coach throughout the season, where a lot of teams are like, okay, we did everything we needed to do before the season started. We just got to roll with what we did. No, Kirby keeps tweaking, keeps changing. He's like a master mechanic. He's like, you know what? I think that turbo can really take in a little bit more air. We can get a little bit more horsepower out of it. He's like, you know what? I don't know. This transmission probably can't handle that. So we need to probably swap out the transmission. That man is a master, and I am so excited to see him dominate in the playoffs.
Dominate.
Don't make me look dumb, Kirby, okay? Don't make me look dumb, but I'm rooting for the state of Georgia, not the SEC team from Georgia, okay? Because it's all go Gators over here, okay? Chomp, chomp, okay? But Georgia did that. They dominated. Alabama, oh my gosh. Did y'all see the look on his face when their head coach was like, egg on his face. But, Alabama's still going to make it to the playoffs, so they good. But, yeah, y'all didn't need to have that beat down like that. But, Georgia, y'all go ahead and do what y'all going to do. But, again, y'all looking scary as all get out. So, we'll see what they do. But I'm going to have to sign out on Georgia.
All right, Big D. So what about the Big Ten Conference Championship where Indiana somehow, for the first time in forever, managed to beat the Ohio State? What did you think about that, Big D?
Well, I thought, we got defense. Yes, we do. We got defense. How about you?
For real.
Yeah, this was just a defensive slugfest, really, is what it came down to. I honestly expected Ohio State to be able to have a more explosive offense, but really, Indiana, I think their defensive coordinator definitely won the Broyles Award last night with his performance. Being able to hold Ohio State to one touchdown and a field goal, I think that's extremely impressive. And I think it really shows that Indiana has come full circle, where it's not a Cinderella story anymore. Now they're the number one ranked team in the nation, which if you would have told me that 2 years ago, I'd have been like, you're doing drugs. Ohio State, to me, hadn't really played very much quality competition, and so that's why they kind of were eased into it. And a lot of people were already crowning Julian Sand the second coming of Jesus in football terms. But Indiana made him look bad. I think he had an interception. He got sacked so many times that I'm sure he never wants to see another man again. He may want to see another man. I mean, do what you do, bro. But this really was Indiana's game to win, and they knew what they needed to do is shrink the game and really make it where Ohio State doesn't have that many chances. And when they do, create turnovers, create some pressure, really make Julian Sand uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, he still is a newer quarterback. Like this is, his first year starting. So I think you still have a lot of opportunity for him to continue to develop, and they can do what they did last year and, kind of lose the game before and then, go into the playoffs and be hungry. You now have seen that Ohio State can bleed. Everybody else seeing that too. So everybody else is going to know how to make Ohio State bleed. And so you don't have those next level coordinators that you had the previous year. I think the defense did a great job really limiting, like there weren't that many explosive opportunities for Indiana. So the defense for Ohio State did a good job. But I think what it really came down to is like, it just was a more complete game from Indiana than Ohio State. They just need to go do a little bit of tweaking, see what kind of changes, but I still think that this may have shown us that Ohio State isn't the favorite to win back-to-back. I think at this point, Indiana could absolutely win it all, because they just showed us is that they can go toe-to-toe. And maybe the talent level is not on the same, but it's the coaching is that what made the difference, and the belief that Kurt Cinetti was able to instill in his players to show them, like, you can play with anybody, and they believed it. So great shout out for them. Great shout out for them getting to number one. They were literally the worst team in college football. and now in 2 years they flipped to one of the best. So
Wow.
amazing turnaround. I'm excited to see what they do in the playoffs. I don't know if very many teams can play the way they did, but Indiana pulled you into the deep end and said, you're going to play our game, and they won it that way. So Ohio State, you'll be okay, Buckeye.
Yeah.
But Indiana, who's your daddy, okay? Who's your daddy? Because you showed who you the daddy of, okay? Keep going. We rooting. I'm here for it. So that's that one, bro.
Thank you.
Anytime. I'm here.
Okay, so of course, coming up, we have the playoff games. And just so you know, we are going to be putting out a whole separate video where Big D gives us his thoughts and opinions about the way all the playoff stuff has panned out.
And shout out to Tulane, my head coach. Made it to the playoffs with Tulane. Let me give a shout out to my boy. Okay, but yeah, that's going to be separate. I like that.
Yeah, so keep a lookout for that. In the meantime, again, check to see if you're subscribed and hit like. Leave us a comment. What conference championships did you watch? What did you enjoy? What were your takeaways? And what are you thinking about these playoffs?
Then also comment where you're from. We want to hear. We are based in the Southeast region, but we would love to know where you are also. So put that in the comments down below also. But as always, we thank you for being a part of the Endzone Enthusiast community where we feel football can be fun for everyone. We hope you enjoy our content, and please make sure you like, subscribe. It helps us out greatly. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video. So from Fat E and Big D, we're going to say peace.